From Hakurou Workshop, and today's going to be a short video, which is great because most of my projects tend to be like 3 or 4 week things. I want to make a L bracket for this camera right here, this Frankensteinian behemoth. It's not that big. I mean, if you see DSLR and mirrorless rigs that have a V-mount battery and a full-on shotgun mic on rails, it's not that, but it could be smaller. This is an A77 that my friend is generously letting me use, and right now I'm using bits and pieces of the full-on cage that he bought for it, and that's to cut down on weight. But as you can see here, in order to mount my video micro, I have to use this magic arm, and the problem with magic arm is that with just a little bit, it comes loose, and it just flops around, which is annoying. So my plan is to be able to fix that. So in the meantime, while I wait to buy my own camera and a dedicated cage for it, I'm gonna build something that just makes this better. Just not this. So this is the material I'll be starting out with. It's a steel reinforcement plate. You can easily buy it at any hardware store. And this one's been used. I used it for another project. I marked out the places where I roughly want to bend, but I first need to cut this area off, and right here. I think I'm gonna be able to use this hole to mount the mic. It's a little small, so I use a stepping bit to widen it. The material is not thick enough to tap, so I think I'm just gonna pass a screw through, maybe a few nuts if the screw is too long, and hold the mic on that way. Change of plans. I think this is plated in zinc, and zinc fumes are not great. They're really, really bad. So I think I'm gonna hand saw this. This is gonna take a while. Should've done this a long time ago anyways. This is definitely one of those times when you thought you had everything figured out, but the project keeps ballooning to larger and larger proportions. Tiny wrench. And where were we? This is so much faster. Oops. That's actually not that bad to use. I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, so next would be sanding, and I would use the belt sander sitting just right there. But again, I don't think I want to use power tools on this, so hand sanding it is. Well, hand filing, then hand sanding. I think I'm also going to expand this slot right here. This is going to be where the 1/4-20 for mounting onto the camera is going to sit. It's going to sit right between a plate I'm using and the camera, so it'll just be squished in place. I think it's thin enough for that, but I don't think this is large enough for a 1/4-20, so I need to expand this. And there's also a little nub in that thing that I need to clean out. I'm kind of regretting how proud I left this. Proud is when you cut off less than you actually need to, so you have some material left to work with. but I have a good 1 to 2 millimeters of material left, and I could have definitely cut a little closer to the than this. So we just saw the magenta lines. That's what happens with the camera sometimes. Another issue that I have with it, the CMOS sensor seems to either be going bad or not connecting to the camera well. I don't know exactly what causes this. Some days it'll just take 20 or so resets, powering down, taking the battery out for it to fully recover from it. Other days, first try, works the entire day, not a problem. Maybe it's maybe it has something to do with a second-hand battery, and maybe the Minolta 28 that I'm using on this Sony camera. That might be causing software issues internally. I'm not sure. But that's another reason why I'm looking to get my own camera. And sometimes it causes me to lose the footage, or it cuts it short. And because I'm focusing on this, I can't focus on the camera at the same time, and that sucks. But in terms of this, I'm pretty close. I only have half a milliliter. I keep saying that. Half a millimeter left in terms of how much I would need to file down. After that, I'm good. I have the slot, and then it's bending. So more than halfway there, maybe. Hopefully. I'm gonna clean this off. Well, I think I'm gonna polish the rest of this. Step it time, step it time. Let's mark this first. Easy. Perfect. So I'm basically done at this point. I could give this entire thing... Oh, I need to deburr the hole I just drilled. I could just coat this entire thing with black primer, maybe even plastic dip, so that it is nicer to handle and it's not silver. So I'm gonna deburr this, and yeah, primer. Alright, on second thought, I am gonna call this project done. Because I'm not sure if I want to drill more holes into this. There's not many right here, which is where handles or other accessory, battery packs, etc., cable management would go. And if I paint this, then fixing those or just adding those is just gonna be a lot more of a pain. So, this is done, and onto the camera. Oh, that looks so much better than expected. And look at that. It is so much smaller than this thing. I don't need that anymore. that concludes this build, and I am seeing a few things. Like the fact that the mic input here, I can slide this by design, so I can give it more room. I'm not concerned about that, but the HDMI cable, in general, so all the I/O ports right here, they are in the way. I could shave this down. That'll make this a little bit less structurally sound. I could also add a wooden handle here. I'm not sure how strong this bend will hold up to just being for this thing being used as handle, so I'm not sure what I'll do. But it is a good thing I did not finish this, as in prime this, coat this black, and surface finish it, because all those modifications would suck to do. But I am really happy with this result, and that is gonna be all for this video. If you liked what you saw, like, subscribe, and do the whole YouTube ritual thing. And as always, stay tuned for more stuff like this, and have a nice day. Another good thing I forgot to mention, that means you can just stay on there indefinitely. Hopefully, if it doesn't slide around too much. I might add rubber pads to it later, but I like it.